Now, the other area of the interface that I wanted to zero in on is the dockers that we have sitting over on the right-hand side of the CorelDraw interface. And I've already pointed out the hints docker, right? Now, what you may not know, though, is we actually have two dockers open right now. We have hints, but we also have a second docker open called Object Manager, and you'll see his tab right there, kind of running vertically just above the hints vertical tab. So go ahead and click on that guy. And there's your Object Manager, right? So these dockers oftentimes will appear as tabs over on the right-hand side of the interface. Now, there's so much to show you here with dockers. I think what I'm going to do to start you off here is I'm actually going to close these two fellas out. And I'm going to do so just by clicking on the X in the top corner of the dockers. And that completely closes both the Object Manager and, of course, the hints as well. Now, where do you go if you want to go and grab your dockers once again? Well, what you can do is you can head up to your window menu up at the top and then head down to the dockers submenu, and you'll get a flyout that lists all of the available dockers that we have here inside CorelDraw. And as you can see, there's tons of them. And, you know, once again, I've got to mention this, just like your menu commands, just like your tools inside your toolbox, you will very quickly come to understand which dockers you're going to use personally a lot and which dockers you're not going to use very often. So again, don't get overwhelmed by this monster list of dockers here. So as you can see, there's all sorts of them here. And you'll notice too, by the way, that some of them have these keyboard shortcuts. So again, if you're interested in learning your keyboard shortcuts, for example, the View Manager, Control F2, or the Symbol Manager, Control F3, and so on down the list, right? Now, what I'll do here is I'll go and choose hints. So again, I've headed to the window menu, down to dockers, and now I'm choosing hints. And as soon as I choose hints, the hints docker reappears on screen where it was just a moment ago. So that's really the idea. Whenever you close out of your dockers, you're not permanently closing out of them. You can always get them back by heading up to the window menu. I'm going to go ahead and close out of hints one more time. There's actually 3 dockers that I'm after here that I want to go ahead and open up here with you. So I'm going to head back to the window menu, back down to dockers, and then this time I'm going to choose the very first guy there, properties. You can go ahead and hit Alt-Enter on your keyboard if you want. And either way, whether you choose it out of the menu or whether you use your keyboard shortcut, the properties docker shows up on the right-hand side. There he is. What's neat about the object properties docker, this is a docker, by the way, that I keep open quite often, is you'll have all kinds of options here. For example, we have our fills. We'll definitely be talking about fills as we go along here. So they have the fill. They also have something called the outline. That would be the outline around your object. And there's a few other tabs here as well. We have page, and then the very last guy here is form. So lots of different options inside the object properties docker. Okay, great. So the next docker that I want to go and open up is called the View Manager. So I'll head back up to the window menu, back down to dockers, and then of course look for that View Manager inside the dockers submenu. Go ahead and pop him open. He'll show up there over on the right-hand side as well. So now we have the View Manager there and the object properties. And again, you can flip between the two there. And then the last guy that I want to open up is called the Artistic Media Docker. Let's go and grab him. So window, and then down to dockers, and then look for Artistic Media. There he is right there, about just above halfway down. Go ahead and grab that guy. All right, so now we have a total of 3 dockers available to us on screen. Okay, great. Now, next up, let's take a look at how we can work a little bit more tightly, a little bit more closely with our dockers.
To change your